In a move that is perhaps surprising, though not altogether ludicrous, xAI, Elon Musk's startup AI company, has bought Twitter from, well, Elon Musk. Um, we have the post here from Elon Musk on X slash Twitter. xAI has acquired X in an all stock transaction. The combination values xAI at $80 billion, which is about right, and X at $33 billion, $45 billion less, $12 billion debt. A valuation that may seem surprising considering that Elon Musk bought Twitter at the time for about that much money, and everyone had kind of concluded that it was worth much less now, though I don't think that is the case. I think that anything that anything that has transpired in the time since, Elon Musk has been able to reverse and make Twitter worth about what it was when he bought it, which is still a loss because of inflation, but that is a large turnaround from where the company had found itself just a little while ago. The post continues: since its founding 2 years ago, xAI has rapidly become one of the leading AI labs in the world, building models and data centers at unprecedented speed and scale. That, I think, is the main reason that this move makes sense, but we'll get into a little bit more later. X is the digital town square where more than 600 million active users go to find the real-time source of ground truth, and in the last 2 years has been transformed into one of the most efficient companies in the world, positioning it to deliver scalable future growth. xAI and X's futures are intertwined. Today, we officially take this step to combine the data, models, compute, distribution, and talent. This combination will unlock immense potential by blending xAI's advanced AI capability and expertise with X's massive reach. The combined company will deliver smarter, more meaningful experiences to billions of people while staying true to our core mission of seeking truth and advancing knowledge. This will allow us to build a platform that doesn't just reflect the world, but actively accelerates human progress. I think this paragraph here outlines the main strategical advantage of what is being done here. I think that prior to this, what we see in a lot of Elon Musk led companies is that people sort of bounce around between them. Their services, their intelligence, their execution, skills of execution benefit multiple companies. We see this in Tesla with predominantly, from what I can tell from the outside, the Cybertruck having materials that are from SpaceX. Lots of X's going on here. And Elon Musk uh, has children from multiple women, so the X's are something that he knows a lot about. But the idea here, I think, is that a lot of the talent that he had and had acquired with Twitter, and when I say talent, I mean he got rid of 85% of the people there, presumably keeping the 15% that are most talented. This does not mean that they are the most talented people as far as what it means to move forward as a company, growing a company. Who knows how many of those people were actually in Twitter the way that it had been composed. One would probably argue not much, because Twitter was basically the same company that it had always been the moment that Elon Musk bought it. So, in my opinion, what this really does, the real mechanism that is turning here, is he knows who he has in xAI. He has all of these people who are joining an AI startup company that are, when you join a startup, that's a very different mindset than joining, for example, you go and you get a 9 to 5 job. You are there to implement what they are doing. That is kind of how Twitter had been operating. Twitter X is changing. The people who are working at xAI were brought in with the mindset that change is the dominant force. The sort of the momentum is the goal with xAI, and any back and forth between those companies before, as Twitter had owned a portion of X, AI, X had owned a portion of xAI, had very little say, the people at xAI, over what happened at Twitter/X. So this move means that those forward-looking individuals hired for their capacity to look forward, to move a business forward, to move a company forward, their voices will be amplified in this new joint venture, which isn't a joint venture, it's a single company, because the reason you want that is because the xAI portion, the artificial intelligence portion of the company, is the more valuable asset. They do not now need anyone at Twitter/X to sign off, right? And probably there wasn't much of that before because Elon Musk owned both of them. They were both private. They were not public companies. So that initiative, not movement, the initiative of running a startup, the initiative necessary there is now the dominant force at the joint company. He continues, I would like to recognize all the niceties that go with that. And someone, Nick Cruz Patane on X, had prompted, I think, Grok, I think that's where this is coming from and why the xAI logo is here, what this does. And I did as well. So we'll get two of those takes. For xAI, this has massive implications because it's access to massive data and distribution. And I think they had that before, but now there's no conflict of interest. xAI gains access to X's 600 million active users, a gold mine for training AI models. Social media platforms like X generate vast amounts of real-time, diverse user data, posts, conversations, trends that can be used to improve xAI's models, such as Grok, which I'm a part of. This aligns with xAI's mission to understand the universe as human interaction on X reflects societal dynamic beliefs and knowledge. One of the things that Elon Musk touted very early on when it was a joint partnership is that X is home to the most intelligent creators on social media. CEOs, artists, people who put together culture, people who put together business. And this is undoubtedly true, right? You don't really see too many Facebook posts thrown out there in media. You see people's X/Twitter accounts and posts put up on your local news, on CNN, NBC. It is what they are saying on Twitter that makes the news, not what they're putting on their TikTok or their Instagram. The digital town square of X provides a distribution channel for xAI's AI tools. For example, features like AI-fueled tweet modifications or story summaries. I think that this is very underrated in the sort of landscape of artificial intelligence moving forward. The function on X to summarize, you just at Grok, and Grok will give you an opinion. This is real-time moving. These are real-time moving components. This is, from what I can tell, the ultimate testament to this AI's power. You don't see this with ChatGPT. You don't see this with any of the other AI platforms that are out there. They don't have millions of prompts a day on the open internet. I subscribe to ChatGPT. I think that it is a wonderful tool. You have to use discernment when using it, just like Grok, just like any AI, especially at this point. But that's private. You can share it, but it's private. This function, hey Grok, XYZ, I can't imagine how many prompts this gets per day. And it's just out there, right? A lot of times it's flawed. A lot of times it is not. So for X, enhanced capabilities and user experience. X benefits from xAI's advanced AI capabilities, which can make the platform smarter and more engaging. Features like AI-driven content moderation, personalized features like AI personalized feeds and or real-time truth verification aligning with X's mission. The merger supports X's transformation into a more efficient company, as Musk noted. Now, I guess I'll finish that. AI can streamline operations, think automated customer support, ad targeting, or analytics, potentially boosting profitability despite its $12 billion debt. That is a massive component. This is a money-making arm for an otherwise largely free AI. So this allows the self-funding of Grok in a way that ChatGPT does not have, in a way that Google does not have, as they are pumping billions of dollars into their AI endeavors. And I'm not saying that ChatGPT or Google are sort of mistaken in their doing this. I think that they're doing this for a chance at the next big pie. X here, and this is one of the things that Elon Musk does not get the credit for that he fully deserves. He does not just put things out there and hope, oh, well, someone's going to value them. He makes them valuable so that people will pay him for them. He makes profitable EVs. He has made spacefaring a profitable endeavor. All of these things are self-sustaining. xAI doesn't have to go to anyone in order to get cash infusions now. They don't have to go to anyone in order to try to stay afloat. They do not have to risk the autonomy of their company in the way that ChatGPT did by going to Microsoft. So one of the things that Elon Musk is also very good at, surprise, someone who is very intelligent is good at myriad things. He is very intelligent. He is very entrepreneurial. He is very ambitious. One of the things that he does not get enough credit for is how cunning he is. This is something that I think gets downplayed. This is something that I think is perhaps with a negative sort of connotation in the larger social apparatus, but being cunning is not a bad thing. There's a very famous story about Elon Musk where secrets from Tesla were getting out there to other companies and to the media. So what he did was he sent out a mass sensitive email to people, and he put an extra space in a different place in each of these emails. So when that release did leak to the media, all he had to do was go in and say, okay, where's the extra space? It's between lines 3 and 4, the words I and am. Now I know from whom this message came. There's another, this is just rumored. So he has multiple times confirmed that story. There is a rumored moment in Tesla's history where things were getting out, things were being leaked. And what he did was there was a reworded email that was leaked to the press. So what he did was he went in and he retyped that email, word for word, bop, 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 printed it out, figured out how many KB that file was, and then was able to go to the exact printer in the company from where that was printed by print logs, and was able to narrow down and eventually figure out who had printed off that document as well. So I prompted Grok. What are some of the hidden, where are some of the hidden areas where this could benefit both companies? Financial engineering and flexibility. By merging X, valued at $33 billion after accounting for $12 billion in debt, with xAI, valued at $80 billion, Musk could be creating a structure that allows for creative financial maneuvering. Since both are private entities under his control, he might use xAI's higher valuation to offset X's debt burden or secure better terms for future fundraising. This also allows, like I said earlier, xAI to show that they are sustainable. This is not just a cash burning endeavor. This is not just a massive money furnace. We can acquire debt at cheaper rates because we have credit, because we have income, all of these things. Regulatory loophole exploitations. As private companies, X and xAI face fewer disclosure requirements than public entities like Tesla. Combining them might allow Musk to sidestep potential antitrust or privacy regulations that could arise if X remained a standalone entity, sharing data with xAI under a formal agreement. It's a big one. Talent consolidation and cost efficiency. Another thing for which Musk does not get his proper lauds. This is why he was brought into the federal government. The deal could enable Musk to streamline operations across his empire, employees, tech infrastructure, and even physical assets like data centers. Pardon me, I am under the weather. Might be shared more seamlessly between X and xAI. I think this was a growing concern because of the rate at which these infrastructures are being built out. How much of that building belongs to X? How much belongs to xAI? How much of that compute belongs to X versus xAI? Now he doesn't even have to worry about it. We have seen a little bit of this arise in questions with Tesla and their full self-driving suite. If you were using those buildings that you have built, they have massive computers for those things, but you're not at 100% capacity. Can you rent out your remaining capacity? This is how, by the way, Amazon became profitable. They did not become profitable through their online stores. They became profitable through their ability to host other companies' compute. This could reduce overhead costs and create a unified team focused on AI-driven social media innovations, etc. Narrative control amplification, X's platform gives xAI a direct channel to shape public perception of its AI products, like Grok, in real time. Probably an undervalued aspect of this as well. What is the reputation that ChatGPT has? It's not a good one. It's not a good one with the general public, I don't think. Beyond distribution, this could allow xAI to subtly test and refine AI-generated content or influence campaigns leveraging X's user base as a live feedback loop. This doesn't make much sense to us sort of on the outside. I think that it is invaluable, probably, if you were talking about the sustained profitability and public perception of a company. Data monopoly strengthening. While the obvious benefit to xAI is access to X's vast trove of user data for training AI, a less discussed edge is the ability to lock out competitors. By fully owning X, xAI can tighten control over this data, potentially reducing the need to pay for external data sets. As rivals like Google do with Reddit, and creating a proprietary advantage in the AI race that's hard to replicate. Now, one of the interesting things with Grok is, to me, I run a literature-based channel called Strip Cover Lit as well. I have gone to Grok and ChatGPT and said, hey, what are some of the things that people are saying about this poem, short story, novel on a critical level, on a literary analysis level? ChatGPT will just say some things. Grok will source from what used to be, I'm assuming that they have the ability to do this, what were basically university level troves of published papers on different literary pieces. So, ChatGPT, from what I can tell, just skims the internet and divulges that information. There are questions of copyright that come into play. JSTOR is a very big trove of this type of information. Grok tells me when it is referencing JSTOR. I have never had that from ChatGPT. Maybe I'm using ChatGPT wrong. Maybe I'm not reading deeply enough. Grok comes out and says JSTOR will reference a paper on JSTOR. Political leverage enhancements. Musk's growing influence in the Trump administration, tied to his role in the Department of Government Efficiency, could be amplified through this merger. X's resurgence as a platform, partly due to Musk's political clout, might be quietly bolstered by xAI's tech, making it a more powerful tool for shaping discourse. This could benefit Musk's broader business interests indirectly as advertisers and investors return to X, drawn by its newfound stability and reach. That one I'm not sure is 100% sort of related to what it is that we're talking about here, but hey, when AI is going the extra mile and bringing up things that may not even be related and trying to relate them back, it is an interesting move in the development of AI. Overall, one of the things that worries me about this deal is that as a Tesla investor, we were hoping, pardon me, that Tesla would invest in xAI. Now, xAI is about 30% more expensive. So if Tesla were to buy 10% of xAI just 2 days ago, it would have been $8 billion. Now, 10% of xAI is $12, $13 billion. That sucks as a Tesla investor. But I understand that Musk has to run these companies as independent of one another and not taking those other companies into consideration whilst running. So you can't take Tesla into consideration while you're running xAI and X. Pardon me, I apologize. This is unfortunate, but it's true. The overarching sort of benefits of this for Musk are incredible. The overarching benefits of this for X are that it now has more financial stability regardless of who tries to attack. We saw companies as nefarious as Disney withdraw all of their money for advertising, despite the fact that X is a very efficient advertising platform. That doesn't matter as much when you have an AI backing the way that, or an AI leading the way that xAI now leads Twitter. For xAI, the data trove is incredible. Sometimes I do think that Grok is a victim to that amount of information because of the number of users on X that are perhaps more reactionary, right? So you will get sort of reactionary outputs from Grok the way that I wish you kind of wouldn't. But this is real. And I think that the access to the data is more important than that, is more important than the occasional. I think that weighting systems will you weight Naval Ravikant heavier than you weight someone who is Joe Schmo and just on Twitter shitposting. I think that these things will emerge as this company goes forward. But anyway, that is the story. And if you like or appreciate this sort of thing, hitting the like button helps me out. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, this is the type of video that I make here. Consider subscribing, and I hope to have you back for the next one.